Welcome to the Stratosphere preview show. Star-studded lineup. We've got MJ Shane Ciurleo. He's getting flown in Thursday morning. Can't wait to have you all remember. Famous for the Nashville Sound, Bet and Shorten, and the Six. He probably still isn't over it, to be honest.
20 bottles of red later.
Dico. Lucky Rob Scurry sorted you out with a Shiraz or something from the Kuna.
It's almost an SP bet on Saturday.
Jack Dickens, the captain, or maybe Curl should be the captain, or as heard on RSN earlier today, Jack's the captain and you're Wayne Carey. You're the duck, are you? Curls, the centre-half forward, the power forward.
Look, I'm just going to play.
If you listen to RSN this morning, you caught the conversation between two sort of third graders talking about what they used to do. They used to play thirds and then get on the piss and watch for ones. But I'm not sure what that would have been like, but it sounds like it would have been good fun. Speaking of the alcohol scooter, has
hang on.
Goats?
Yeah, Gaz has got the goats. He's accidentally bought 2 extra slabs, so they won't go astray. He's bought 11 instead of 9, and so it's game on. If we get a couple of surprise intruders, we're not going to get shy of running out of the pure liquid from the Yarra. That's for sure. Jackson Oldham is in the team. He was in the house last time. He probably was the unsung hero on day 2, keeping the trolls at a minimum. There'll be nothing get past Jackson. He's just hidden the ladder in his study. He's been hiding money in his roof, so there it is. That's how good he's going on the punt lately. He needs a ladder and he needs to stack it up into the roof. He's run out of room. Pistol Pete, he's been to the pub today.
How hot is he? What a set on. Look at him, little hutcho sort of operation.
Very smug.
How do you feel, Pistol?
Can you open the window? You get a bit of airflow in there. It was a bit manky last time. Jack and I were in there to film a show.
Look, you have to rely on the fact that sometimes your natural pheromones and your scent is actually the thing that attracts the members of the opposite sex in the first place. So you actually just let that go into another stratosphere when you prohibit any sort of airflow whatsoever from entering the building.
Are you sort of sweating up there in the coffin before you go and walk the tan, or after? Are you bringing that smell back? How's it work?
No, it's a natural sort of musk. It just works at all times. You never know when you might need it.
It's working for you, mate.
Nelly knocked me over the other day, and I must say, I think I'm cherry ripe to peak on Saturday. Dan Andrews has unlocked legitimate massages, and I went for a rub yesterday. I did a 30-minute foot and 60-minute back and neck massage, and I am absolutely in the zone, ready to roll. I couldn't be better. I've had a Bart Cummings prep, I reckon.
What do you need? It's your day. Fire up.
Curls is off the piss. When are you off the piss still, Curls? You can have a couple Thursday night? Surely, if we go out for dinner, you'll have...
I'll be sucking down a big fat schooner at 7:20 tomorrow morning before I get on the plane. I'm not here to fuck around this weekend. There's winners and there's good times ahead.
Okay, you're right.
What a motto that is.
I'm just thinking about Scoot getting his toes up.
No, it was quality. In the right frame of mind. I backed a couple of winners today.
Oh, poor woman who had to touch those little toes. Fucking hell. Talk about unders. Curly, we have to ban Curly, the big centre forward. You're not allowed to touch any more than 2 beers Thursday or Friday. One of the first times we met Curls on the Gold Coast, and he put himself to bed at about midnight. I think we got in at about 6 a.m. We played golf the next day, and Curls was backed up the worst. Pathetic.
In fairness, I treated that Gold Coast trip as an 800-metre at Kilcoy. I'm approaching this weekend as more of a staying event, so I'll be going. I won't be going out as hard. That's for sure.
Righto. Speaking of approaching it, what are we going to do at Eagle Farm? What are we thinking? Sort of pick apart the card or try and bet into each race, Curls? Scooty?
We've already put a couple around Tristan's ears early. We've tweeted out the bets. We've backed 2 horses to win 100,000. So we've targeted the features. Curls and I sort of agree. We don't always agree, but we agree that these horses are likely to shorten. I'll let you talk about the first one, not an option, Curls, quickly, in the JJ.
Yeah, look, the JJ's, the market sort of, dominated by those horses that are coming through from those 1,200 metre runs, getting into unknown territory at 1,400. Likely good tempo with the speed drawn wide, so there'll be plenty of speed inside there to try and hold a spot. We just want to be on not an option purely because it draws a gate for the first time since it's raced over here. Did compete in some good races in Sydney. Last start was a mile Group 1 behind King's Legacy, whose the form through King's Legacy runs deep. So we just thought we'd want to be on the horse that's proven at the trip against some of these that aren't. Hasn't run since that mile run, but 2 good trials in Sydney before it. So it just ticks the boxes on the maps. The price is probably double what I sort of anticipated we'd be getting on the day. So we're going to be on the right horse at the right price with the map and everything. It's hopefully it also gets blinkers first time is another thing as well. So this is like really set for the day type setup here.
And Scooty, what have we done in the strategy?
Yeah, well, similar. We're trying to just set ourselves up and get in a really good position to, have a really good book in both races. So the other horse that we've identified that'll improve is Bam's on Fire. It's got an inside draw. It's got Tegan Harrison. It'll push forward. It'll be on speed. This horse prefers to go quickly early, and it can absorb pressure and give a kick late. So last start in Adelaide, they went back to sort of like 5th last. It was never going to it's never going to win from there, but the run was just enormous. So it gets a better setup here, inside draw, on speed. And this is a horse that I can see a lot of other professionals and maybe even the syndicates sort of get on board with. So again, Curls and I like the setup of this horse, and Kyron Maher and Dave Eustace go all right as well.
DK, what are we thinking at Casterton, however, I always say it wrong. Don't jump me.
Casterton, mate.
Casterton.
Mate. It's near the South Australian border.
What are we thinking? We're going to hammer the first sort of 4 races. I assume they're maidens.
We'll find out tomorrow when the fields are out, Dicko. Being a provincial meeting, the fields aren't out yet. But that'd be ideal for me because then I can get on the beers. But so get the back winners and then get on. Last time I had to wait till the last bloody race till we had our hands on that money, and then it got ripped away in the last 10 metres. But anyway, I'll be looking to hammer into the maidens there. That's my little bread and butter. But if I think there's an Apsley Cup or something later on, which I don't really like betting in those races. But
there's a few decent Metro horses that are nommed there.
There's 500 noms, mate, and they can only run 12 a race.
Yeah.
So it's just nothing till nearly you can only really do the form these days after scratchings because they're putting in 6 emergencies in every race as well just to compensate. So look, we'll be right. It's a track I like. It's got a nice leaderish aspect to it, which plays to my strengths. So normally this weekend Swan Hill, of course, the Swan Hill Carnival. So it would have been nice to be day 2 of the Swan Hill Carnival up there, but this is a good substitute instead because it's only a 1-day carnival this year, Swan Hill. So when I saw Casterton was on this day, I was quite pleased.
Cool. Pistol, thoughts? Where are we betting?
Everywhere. Belmont's a really competitive card, though. We've seen a few up-and-coming future stars of the WAC. They're having a few tussles on this Saturday. So there's Showmanship versus Resortman. That will be highly anticipated towards the end of the Belmont card. You've also got the Kingston Town Classic winner, KC, back. And then also Black Ducatis running around against Luke's Gold, one for the little Birdie pod, the Hall of Fame. It's a rematch. So it's a good card. Whether or not we're actually going to be able to bet and whether or not the WA markets will hold up if we really get a hold of some of these horses, it'll be exciting.
That'll be
Can't
good
wait.
to see, actually. That'll be quite exciting to see. We'll include Scurry a little bit, and we'll look to bet at Randwick slightly, as much as we can, or what?
Yeah, of course. Pity Hong Kong's on Sunday. That would have been really good.
Thank you.
Hong Kong. You in the Hong Kong Pistol?
Love a bit of Hong Kong.
Oh, there's a chance.
Everywhere. Your bet's everywhere.
Too good. Too good for me.
Scooty, what's next?
Well, I was just going to say you'd bet everywhere, but you got a kid and you're busy with all that sort of stuff, so you're limited to being a family man and an amateur golfer. You got a new one wood yet after throwing the last one in the drink, mate?
Yeah, I do have I have a new one wood thanks to Adam Fraser, friend of the show, Big Daddy, brother of Marcus. Said I wouldn't be able to hit it. Before I had that driver, I was driving the ball as far as you, Scoot. But now that I've upgraded to a driver that was made in the last 5 years, I've got about 35, 40 metres on you. So you do you, I'll do me. You're yet to knock me off in 2020. So let's worry about that. Flemington meeting, it looks pretty good. The weather looks good. So I think we almost get to a good 4, if not a soft 5, which should be perfect. I've done a fair bit of the meeting and it looks quite fat. I think we can bet, and we can bet as much as you guys will let me. I'm going to sort of put the shoulders back at Flemington. It looks a good card. We'll sort of towards the back, through the middle and towards the back's where I want to do most of my betting. What else should we cover off, boys?
Well, the most important thing is, I guess, the Stratosphere lockout. It's Thursday, 10 o'clock. 5% of profit's going to go to fight MND. We got a great result for youth projects last start. We raised $10,000. 10K, so that was a ripper there. It's going to be frantic, I guess. Like, we might find a couple of movers on Friday once the bank's locked and we have a better understanding of how many bullets, that we've got to play with. But we've got, a few video commitments. We've got the podcast. We've got a lot of form to really sink our teeth into the meetings on Thursday. We'll lock off the competition at 10 o'clock on Thursday night. We'll send some bets on Friday. We'll send some comms via email. And then we'll wake up fresh as a daisy on Saturday and just be frantic after 9 o'clock. And we'll make sure all the bets are all posted in the stream. We'll find a way to communicate those out so no one misses anything. Jackson's going to be on fire in the moderator role on YouTube to get rid of the trolls. So if you've got any questions or you need us to try and explain a bet or want our reasoning behind any of the bets that we have, jump into the YouTube chat room and we'll keep the vibe positive through there.
I'll be keeping an eye on that. I had good fun with that last time, so the banter in there when we got control of the pickles. It was good fun. So I'll be expecting people to fire up in there, so it should be good.
Yeah, and we will try to this stream. We will try and preview the majority of the races at Flemington. I'll do. Scooty and Curls will do a little preview for each of the races at Eagle Farm. Pistol will try and cover the Sydney races and then whatever Belmonts we get before we sort of decide to shut up shop. So the guys in the stream, you'll be getting a little bit of a preview as to why whoever's backed that horse has backed those horses, and a little bit of a speed map and just a little bit of a preview for each race. We'll try and get a little bit more organised this time.
Yeah, and Sugar Shane Baker, he's going to put some really good stats together throughout the card, so they'll be up on the graphics on the screen. Our man Borko will have all the penny bets and the balances as up to date as possible, and I think we're only on like a 7 or 10 second delay. So what we're saying and what you're seeing is only 7 or 10 seconds behind. So hope you enjoy the day as much as we do. I think we'll be betting till maybe 6 o'clock at night, or I think the last race is at Morphettville. We might have a little bit of a breather and then do a little after show, a little panel show afterwards. If we've got a couple late for Perth, we'll let them run and then declare an official dividend. But that depends. If Pistol hasn't got a bet late in the day, we won't be continuing to bet, but we'll be doing our best from, I think, 10:50. The stream will kick off, and then we'll try and aim for the last race at Morphettville or around 6 o'clock on Saturday night. And then depending on what happens at Belmont, that'll depend on whether that's the final bank. But fuck, I'm excited.
Can't wait. Now, when should we? I think DK, like if you when you get through the card, right? You as an example, and you go like, I want to bet up to race 4, but then I found nothing. I think you're entitled to crack a goat, then a red, and then whatever else you want from race 4 onwards. I think if you've made your betting decisions, you're entitled to consume alcohol and entertain the punters at home.
Yeah, oh, that's it. That's part of my gig. Got to keep them. I don't want anyone to say, "Are you not entertained?" So I won't have to say that. We'll be, no, we've got to keep them in. That's part of the fun. So we've got 6 hours or something of airtime to keep occupied. So
yeah. So basically, the only one who has to stay sober like till the death is Pistol.
Yeah, once you're done betting, then you can crack a go for sure.
100%. Can't wait. All right, I think that's us, Scooty. Yeah,
that's it. MJ, any final thoughts or words? Being the MVP, you got any inspiration?
Make sure you have a quick look at the map to find out where your poon is, because we'll be betting there on Saturday afternoon. You haven't bet at your poon yet. You're about to.
What about the riderless horse finding the grass yesterday?
Oh,
Bundaberg.
Finally, 12 races, one found the grass. Didn't have a jockey on it though.
It's so good. The little flashbacks that we've had this week with Bundaberg and with Social winning today, winning the last at Brisbane. It's just the stars are aligning here, boys. And they say that there's an old saying in the pros where I come from, the pro league over in the States there. The biggest stars always shine brightest on the biggest stage. And that's us on Saturday.
Can't wait. Speaking of the races and being back at the races, Darwin, I think, is the first track to get people back to the course. So we do know a couple of very, very shrewd operators in Darwin. So if I can get some hot mail for the Darwin dirt, we will be betting. Ooh. And they're as good as anyone. Can't wait. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the Stratosphere. Can't wait.